Imagine sailing through freezing waters for months, only to spot land that shouldn't exist according to every map you've ever seen. The year was 1820, and 3 different expeditions were about to make the same earth-shattering discovery without knowing it. For centuries, explorers had been searching for a mysterious southern continent that ancient Greek philosophers predicted must exist to balance the northern lands. They called it Terra Australis Incognita, the unknown southern land. What they found was far more incredible and deadly than anyone imagined. The first glimpse came from a Russian expedition, led by 2 naval officers pushing their wooden ships through pack ice that could crush them like matchsticks. On January 27, they spotted towering ice cliffs extending beyond the horizon. They had no idea they were looking at the edge of an entire continent buried under miles of ice. Just 3 days later, on the other side of Antarctica, a British naval officer aboard a small brig was documenting strange ice formations when he noticed something different. The ice wasn't moving with the wind and currents like normal icebergs. It was fixed, permanent, massive. He was staring at the Antarctic peninsula, though he wouldn't realize the significance for years to come. But the most dramatic discovery happened 11 months later, when an American seal hunter, searching for new hunting grounds, actually set foot on what he thought was just another island. He planted an American flag on a rocky beach, claiming it for the United States, completely unaware that beneath his feet lay the foundation of the world's 5th largest continent. The irony is that all 3 expeditions were primarily looking for something else entirely. The Russians were on a scientific voyage to map southern ocean currents. The British were charting navigation routes for future trading ships. The Americans were hunting seals for their valuable pelts. None of them were specifically searching for a new continent, yet they all stumbled upon the last unknown landmass on Earth within months of each other. What makes this discovery even more remarkable is how impossible Antarctica seemed to early explorers. Unlike other continents that showed signs of life, vegetation, or habitable coastlines, Antarctica appeared as an endless wall of ice. Many sailors who spotted it initially thought they were seeing massive icebergs or ice formations, not realizing they had found solid land beneath. The continent was so hostile and alien that it took decades before anyone could prove it was actually a continent, and not just a collection of frozen islands. Early maps showed Antarctica as scattered ice-covered islands, because no one could penetrate far enough inland to understand its true massive scale. The continent spans over 5 million square miles, making it larger than the United States and Mexico combined, yet it remained hidden under an ice sheet averaging over a mile thick. Even after its discovery, Antarctica continued to guard its secrets jealously. The interior remained completely unexplored for nearly a century. Expedition after expedition failed to reach the South Pole, with many ending in tragedy as men faced temperatures that could drop to -100 degrees Fahrenheit and winds that could knock a grown man off his feet. The race to fully explore Antarctica became one of the most brutal competitions in human history. 2 expeditions famously raced to be first to reach the South Pole in 1911, with one team achieving glory, while the other perished entirely on the return journey, their frozen bodies not discovered until months later. What's fascinating is how Antarctica challenged everything explorers thought they knew about continents. Other landmasses had indigenous populations, natural resources that could be immediately exploited, and climates that could support human settlement. Antarctica offered none of these things. It was a continent that seemed designed to repel human presence, where the slightest mistake could mean death, and where the landscape itself was constantly shifting and changing. The discovery of Antarctica also revolutionized our understanding of global climate and geography. Scientists realized that this massive ice sheet contained roughly 70% of the world's fresh water and 90% of its ice. If it ever melted completely, global sea levels would rise by nearly 200 feet, reshaping every coastline on Earth. The continent also became a natural laboratory for understanding climate change, with ice cores providing a record of Earth's atmospheric conditions going back hundreds of thousands of years. Today, Antarctica remains the only continent without a native human population and the only landmass governed by international treaty rather than national ownership. The same remoteness and hostility that made it the last continent to be discovered also made it the first to be protected as a scientific preserve for all humanity. From 3 accidental discoveries in 1820 to a protected scientific sanctuary today, Antarctica's story represents humanity's relationship with the unknown, our drive to explore even the most hostile places on Earth, and our growing understanding that some places are too precious and fragile to exploit. Which part of Antarctica's discovery story surprised you most? Share your thoughts below and follow for more incredible exploration stories that changed our world.